Hello there everyone, it's Aaron here from Push Square, and today I want to discuss all of Sony's first party developers and what they're working on. It's been about a year or so since we last done a video like this, so I thought it was time to get an update, especially since we're coming to the end of the known calendar releases like Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy 16. We're not quite sure what the future will look like in terms of PlayStation exclusives, but this will give us some idea. So we've got 21 different developers to work through here, and I'm going to split them up into 3 different categories based on where they are located. So there'll be the Japanese, the European and the North American developers. So we've got a lot to cover, let's try and keep things brief and let's get into it. So first up we have Polyphony Digital, the team best known for creating Sony's flagship racing simulation franchise, Gran Turismo. So last year we got Gran Turismo 7 for both PlayStation 4 and 5, and just a couple of months ago the full PSVR 2 version of the game. Polyphony will be providing post-launch support for the game for the foreseeable future. Next up, Team Asobi, a team that rose from the ashes of Japan Studio, initially an internal group building tech demos and onboarding software such as the Playroom. It has since brought us Astrobot Rescue Mission for PSVR, and most infamously the PS5 pack-in game, Astro's Playroom. Team Asobi is said to be staffing up for a 3D action game, which will almost certainly be some kind of follow-up to Astro's Playroom, but at this time, little is known. It seems likely that the game will also support PSVR 2. Moving over to the European developers, first up we have Firesprite, a team known for the Persistence on PSVR, and more recently collaborating with Guerrilla Games on the PSVR 2 launch game Horizon Call of the Mountain. This is actually Sony Interactive Entertainment's largest UK-based studio, and while we don't know anything really officially about their next game, looking at job listings from Firesprite's website, it tells us of a dark, story-driven horror game and a multiplayer action title built in Unreal Engine 5, so plenty to look forward to. Creators of the Killzone and Horizon franchise, next up we have Guerrilla Games. Now last year we got Horizon Forbidden West off of this team. This year, in collaboration with Firesprite, we had Horizon Call of the Mountain, and just last week at the time of recording we had Burning Shores, the Horizon DLC. So plenty of Horizon to go around recently. But it doesn't look like Guerrilla are done with Horizon just yet, as in a recent leadership mix-up, the team announced that it was excited to expand the world of Horizon with Aloy's next adventure and its exciting online project. So that means it looks like we're getting Horizon 3 and a multiplayer project, and it said that we're getting a mobile spin-off as well, so plenty of Horizon to look forward to in the future. Finnish developer Housemarque is up next, a team known for specialising in its arcade-like action titles such as Super Stardust HD, Resogun, and of course its latest work, Returnal. Following Returnal, Housemarque is currently staffing up for its next game, but it's unknown whether this will be a sequel or a brand new IP, though it should be noted that the studio rarely makes sequels, which is a little bit heartbreaking if you're such a big Returnal fan like I am. London Studio, the team behind SingStar, iPet, and the PSVR action title Blood and Truth are up next. So their next game is actually a bit of a mystery, but job listings do give us a vague idea as to what to expect. Several openings mention an upcoming PlayStation 5 online game, which will be a brand new IP. It seems that this will be a live service multiplayer title. One job listing describes it as an online co-op combat game set in a modern fantasy London. This lines up with some artwork that was released last year. The makers of the Little Big Planet franchise have been working on the sort of overly ambitious, powerful creation suite that is Dreams for quite some time. However, recently it was announced that support for the game would end later this year, and that was attributed to the team working on a new game. We do not know what this game is, whether it will be a traditional game or something sort of creation based like Dreams is yet to be seen, so we really don't know what's happening with Media Molecule at the moment. Next is a team best known for its talents in porting large-scale console games over to PC, and with Sony delving a little deeper into the PC space, it makes perfect sense to have a team like this on board. There's no specific game that we know of that Nexus is working on, however the likes of Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok will eventually get PC releases like their predecessors. Savage Game Studios comprises of a pair of development teams committed to producing high-quality action games for mobile. Sony acquired this studio in 2022 as part of its new PlayStation Studios mobile division. Savage is currently developing a new unannounced AAA mobile live service action game. Quite a mouthful there, but that is all we know for now. XDev is a team that works with external developers across the globe on PlayStation published projects like Until Dawn or Detroit Become Human. Currently it's working with third parties on games like Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade. And that is it for the European team. Let's move on to the North American developers, starting with Bend Studios. This is the team behind Busby 3D, Siphon Filter, and of course more recently Days Gone, which was a PlayStation exclusive on PS4. All that's known right now is that Bend is making a new open world game and it won't be a Days Gone sequel, so we've yet to see what that will be. Bluepoint Games is the mastermind team behind remakes like the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, Shadow of the Colossus, and most recently Demon's Souls. Sony scooped up the talented team in late 2021, and despite a history of those excellent remakes and remasters, Bluepoint is currently working on an original game, and whether that turns out to be a whole new IP or a sequel to something else more established is yet to be seen. Firewalk Studios is a fairly young development studio, but among its staff are some real industry veterans. Some of its staff previously worked at the likes of Bungie, Respawn Entertainment, Raven Software, and more. Firewalk is currently developing an online multiplayer game which will be a new IP, and that's all we know for now. Haven Studios is a brand new team led by Jade Raymond, famed for her work on the Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs series. The developer has yet to release a game but has been scooped up by Sony as the team works on its debut project, which is said to be a new IP exclusively made for PlayStation. All that we know so far is that it will be a live service multiplayer game. Insomniac Games are up next, one of the golden childs of Sony, behind franchises like Ratchet & Clank, Resistance, and now the new Marvel Spider-Man series. Insomniac is sticking with Marvel for its next couple of games, with Marvel's Spider-Man 2 currently in development for PS5 and scheduled for release in fall 2023. Beyond that, a separate team is working on Marvel's Wolverine, also exclusively for PS5. Job listings also hint at a multiplayer title of some kind, but that is yet to be officially revealed. Perhaps the most famous of Sony studios, Naughty Dog has a long history creating series such as Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, and The Last of Us. Having recently released The Last of Us Part 1, the studio is working on a standalone multiplayer game set in The Last of Us universe. Widely accepted that this will build on The Last of Us Part 2's combat to bring some fleshed out factions game to life. There are likely other projects in the works, potentially The Last of Us Part 3 or possibly a brand new IP. A small first-party studio formed by university graduates, Pixel Opus focuses on creative projects that diversify PlayStation's software portfolio. Its first game was Entwined, but the team is best known for creating Concrete Genie. Pixel Opus is currently hiring for a PS5 game, which is curiously being worked on in collaboration with Sony Pictures Animation. Some rumours suggest that it could be a new Sly Cooper game, while others think the link to Sony's animation studio means it could be a tie-in to the upcoming movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Most famous for its critically acclaimed MLB The Show series, San Diego Studios has previously operated as a support studio for external developers and has also worked on titles like The Mark of Kree and Pain. San Diego Studios has just released MLB The Show 23, and old rumours suggest that it might be helping out on the new Uncharted game, though there's no up-to-date evidence of this. Creators of the God of War franchise, Santa Monica Studio last released God of War Ragnarok for PS4 and 5. Cory Barlog, the studio creative director, is currently working on something else, but what it is remains a mystery for now. Sucker Punch is the creator of PlayStation fan favourites like Sly Cooper and Infamous. The studio has wrapped up post-launch support for Ghost of Tsushima and the multiplayer Legends spin-off. Future projects are currently unknown, although a sequel to Jin's open-world samurai adventure seems pretty dead set. A support studio that has worked on a myriad of key releases for Sony and other publishers, Valkyrie Entertainment helped Santa Monica Studio bring God of War Ragnarok to life. But beyond that, job listings suggest that it has multiple projects in the work, including mobile and console games, and an unannounced strategy title. And that is everything we know about PlayStation Studios and its current projects. What is your favourite of Sony's first party developers? What games do you want to see them make next? Let us know down in the comments below, and of course if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, that helps us out, and even better, if you want to stay up to date in the world of PlayStation, then why not subscribe to us here on Push Square. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.